Ooh, interesting point there. Okay, so this is a little bit of... Okay, so Rettenmeier's getting a chance to serve to Annalie Waters. They're stacking. Whoa, sorry about that, guys. That jumped. Okay, so he serves to Annalie Waters, and Annalie hits it back to Kawamoto. And Kawamoto does several bad mistakes. So she steps into the court and then realizes she stepped too far in. So she's hitting this completely leaning back off her back foot, which what does that do? Not allow her to move forward on her drop. Also, because she does this lift motion with her right leg, that ugly, ugly form lift motion. And there's some players that are 3-0, 3-5, 4-0. They do this right leg lift all the time on their drops. And that is one of the things that is holding them back, because this loses consistency with your drops. Because if you lift this leg, what people think is that it's the leg, this right leg, that is affecting them. It's actually not. What is occurring is, what I want you to see is how far deep that ball gets into Kawamoto's body. When you lift that right leg, if you are left-handed, it's your right leg. If you're right-handed, it's your left leg. But if you lift that opposite leg to hit a shot like this, what you're doing is you're letting the ball come to you, and you get the ball further into your body, which creates less consistency, less control, less accuracy. And so that's one of the main problems with this technique. You do get more height on the ball, and you think, okay, I'm going to lift this ball up. The problem is this exact happens where then you're not getting the ball to drop where you want it, and then the other opponent's able to just hit down on it. So green light ball, Ben John does what he does best. He just smashes it right down the middle. He gets another, I would say, yeah, that's green at impact. And just for those who are watching for the first time, we'll do this. I'm going to pause it right there. So yellow is your shoulder and above to your knee. This entire area is a yellow ball. Why is it a yellow ball? Because you have to get the ball to go from low to high back over the net. Okay, what's a red light ball? Red light balls are everything below it. It's knee and below. And unfortunately, with our setup here, I have to use blue because of green screens. So blue represents green. Anything hit in this area is a green ball. And that means you can hit basically directly down on the ball into the court. And on this one, it's real close, but it appears that Ben is getting to hit directly. He snaps that wrist, puts that nice topspin on it. It's going straight down. And it definitely, with that hitting that shallow on the court, he's not hitting up on that ball. Okay. So then he gets a third. Okay, here we go. So one of the issues here, when you've hit a bad drop, and Rettenmaier makes you realize, oh man, this is a bad drop. He stops and pauses. He was running in unencumbered and wasn't planning on stopping in zone 2. Major issue for a lot of people that they make this mistake. He should have been already knowing he was going to pause at zone 2, whether it was a good drop or bad drop, and been down. Luckily for him, Ben hits it back to Kawamoto. She essentially tries to hit, that looks like a drive to me, or a drip. That does not look like a very soft drop. Obviously, she's trying to get the paddle on it, but definitely wasn't really soft in any of that, once again on her back heels. And then this is very clearly a drive from Rettenmaier. The logic here is just nuts. He basically hits 2 more drives. They're not making any progression forward. And so when he does hit a drop that they should have made some progress. I mean, it's not a great drop, but it wasn't that bad. They could have gotten up to zone 2, the middle space there. They don't, and so they're just sitting back here and getting teed off on. And once again, you can see on this smash, Rettenmaier tries to speed this up. He was clearly going for a drive. He's not blocking that. He's not trying to drop that ball. He's now trying to tennis swing and power himself out of a bad position. So what he was doing here is, Rettenmaier I'm all the way in the back. I'm clearly on defense. They are back here. You are on defense. Just for those of you who want to know, if you are in anywhere basically from here back, you're on defense. this little itty bitty space at the kitchen line, you are neutral until you then get a green offensive ball. So anything in here, if you're choosing to try and speed this up, you're trying to skip all of that distance for defense, skip neutral, and go all the way to offense, and you're most likely going to make mistakes. So